Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through, the cards that come out for today. So let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through. Thank you so much for joining in today's reading and for being here. So let's begin. Right, so the first card we have is the Ace of Swords. We have the Two of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Three of Swords also in the reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius. I'm getting Aquarius energy, but I also get air sign energy, and you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, or even Gemini with these cards. So with the Ace of Swords, I do feel like this is someone who is hoping to be able to hear from you. I do feel like they're kind of in a position where they want to be able to give you the opportunity to kind of reach out to them. They're waiting on you to be able to kind of say something. And I do feel like with that Two of Swords showing up in the reverse, this is about being able to kind of gain clarity on a situation. And I also feel like being a bit more open to being able to communicate because of that. I feel like there's a sense of kind of having had a need for being able to kind of feel someone out and keep a guard up and being able to really be able to assess the situation before speaking, and being in a space where before making any decisions, it's like you are kind of really analyzing and weighing out the pros and cons in the situation. But with this card showing up in the reverse, I feel like there is a more open energy when it comes to relating with someone. I also feel like this person is also in a space where they are welcoming of being able to be more open, especially when it comes to communications, because I do feel like this person wants to hear from you, but I feel like they are also not afraid to be able to kind of open the lines of communication and be able to speak and be able to reach out to you. So we do have the Three of Swords, and this Three of Swords showing up in the reverse. I do feel like there's an energy of coming back from some kind of a heartbreak or some kind of a disappointment, being in a space where someone is in a space to accept it. They're making peace with the situation, and I feel like they are also open to moving on from a situation that kind of hurt them. It really did take its toll on this person. I do feel like with the Two of Swords showing up in the reverse and sense of this reading, I do feel like there could have been an energy that felt like there was a bit of some distance or a barrier between the two of you. And I feel like it could have been coming from some kind of a past experience of heartbreak or disappointment, being let down. And with this card showing up in the reverse, I feel like there's a start to healing. And with the Star card, I feel like there is also great strides being made as far as the healing journey and being able to establish some kind of a stronger energy in your connection. And I do feel like with the Star card, there is also a lot of faith for being able to kind of experience healing. And I do feel like there is healing over here. But with the Star card, I'm also getting there's this missing energy where someone feels like they're longing for you. And I do feel that with that Ace of Swords, it's like someone who wants to hear from you. I do feel like this person is also in a position where if they're not hearing from you, they're going to make it happen. They're going to reach out. They're going to extend that opportunity or that offer to be able to have a conversation. So I'm going to pull out some more cards to clarify these. We have the Tower and the Chariot. And we have the King of Cups, but it's showing up in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. With this Queen of Pentacles, I do feel like there is forward progress as far as being able to make something work. I also feel like there is a bit more of a effort being put in to being able to nurture a connection with someone. So I do feel like there is that effort that's being put in by someone. They want to be able to kind of make those steps and put in that effort. But with that Tower card showing up, I do feel like there's a huge change when it comes to your dynamic. I do feel like this being in this position, this could have been the past where there could have been an experience of a breakup, there could have been a separation, could have been very painful and unexpected, and it could have just changed the way you look at someone. I feel like they're also in a space where they could have felt a little bit blindsided by the situation, and I do feel like when it comes to that Ace of Swords, they want to be able to kind of talk things out with regards to the past. It's like they want closure. But we have a Chariot, and I do feel like this is about being able to find a way forward, wanting to be able to move forward from a less than comfortable energy, wanting to be able to experience being able to get out of that place with you. But with this King of Cups, I do feel like there is a sense of wanting to be able to manipulate the energies and your emotions in order to be able to get you to do what they want. I feel like there's a sense of some hesitancy or some fear or insecurity. So when it comes to trying to kind of manipulate your emotions, I feel like they're doing it because they're afraid of any kind of catastrophe from from experiencing a repeat of it. With this King of Cups showing up in the reverse, I do feel like this person is kind of unable to really control their emotions, and it's kind of like they're letting it get to the better of them. So I do feel like it's either they want to be able to have a conversation and talk things out, or they're going to kind of be moving in a way where they are dropping hints, or they are kind of trying to manipulate the situation and kind of trying to experience finding out where you're at emotionally without having to put themselves on the line in that same way. I'm going to pull out some more cards from this other deck. We have the Five of Pentacles, it's in the reverse. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Eight of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. So with this Death card showing up, I do feel like somebody doesn't want things to change. They're having a hard time letting things go. And I do feel like they are in a space where they want to be able to kind of do what's necessary to be able to get to a good place with you. I do feel like there is an intention being able to have a very committed and even being able to get to a place where it feels like this happily ever after with you. They have envisioned that, and I do feel like they're pretty committed to that vision. And when it comes to being able to nurture your connection, this person is going to do what it takes. With this Queen of Pentacles showing up, I do feel like there is perhaps some sense of needing to be able to welcome a comeback of the situation. With this Five of Pentacles, it's like there's a need for forgiveness or being able to be open to hearing someone out, I do feel. But with this Eight of Swords, I do feel like there is a little bit of some insecurity. I feel like there could also be some awkwardness when it comes to experiencing a comeback in a connection. And I do feel like that's the intention with this. So I'm going to pull out some cards from the other deck. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, or a Aquarius. We have flirt. We have engagement. And we have trust. At the bottom of the deck, we have new love. So I do feel like there is a desire for a comeback, or a desire to be able to hold things together so that things don't have to end. I feel like there's a resistance to experiencing something that feels like a change in your connection. I feel like somebody wants to be able to make things work with you. I also feel like there is a healing of the situation as well. But I do feel like there's a need for being able to let the guards down when it comes to this King of Cups showing up in the reverse. This is someone who doesn't have much of a hold of their emotions. I do feel like they're letting their emotions get the better of them, and it's affecting the way they're showing up. I also feel like this person sometimes gets too much in their head, and it's coming through as behaviors that could be coming across a little bit like they are insecure. So we do have flirts, and with this flirt energy, I feel like this is the initial phases of a connection, wanting to be able to experience communication. They do it in a very roundabout way. It could be very subtle, but I do feel like when it comes to the communication, it takes that tone where it's like in the beginner days where things were still pretty like you were going steady and things were blossoming. So I do feel like there is a lot of attraction over here with this flirt card coming through. And I do feel like there is the potential for being able to actually have a conversation, but it's like coming from a place of kind of being reluctant to tackle the big issues. It's like they're taking their time to work their way up to that. We have engagements, and with that I do feel like this is symbolic of the plans that someone has to be able to have a future commitment with you. They do see that with you, and I feel like they want to be able to kind of offer that to you. And I do feel like with the 10 of Cups, this is about being able to experience a very fulfilling relationship with someone. I do feel like someone has plans for that in the future, and they want to be able to move forward towards that goal. But we have trust, and I do feel like it comes to needing to be able to establish trust, work on trust, build trust. Even with that King of Cups, I do feel like being able to build trust is also something that may help in the situation. I do feel like with the new love card at the bottom of the deck, you could be dealing with the new energy. It's about being able to enter into a new connection, especially following some kind of a breakup or a disappointment. I feel like that's also on the horizon. And that death card is about the old being out and the new coming in. So that's what I get for you with these cards, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.